Hey everyone, welcome to the Captain Drone YouTube channel. My name is Steve and I am a drone pilot, and today as a drone pilot I have the brand new Jumper T20. This product is extremely new on the market, so new that I have next to no details on it, so I'm going to try to provide as much information as I can in this video. So what exactly is the Jumper T20? Well, since I have no specs or paperwork to go off of, I'm just going to give you my honest opinion. To me, it looks like Jumper took the Jumper T Pro and the Jumper T18 Pro and made a baby. That's the baby. And this Jumper T20 is pretty much this full-size version, along with the compact ability of this little T Pro stuck into a tiny little package, which makes it the Cadillac of mini radios on the market today. Now, the reason I say Cadillac is because it does everything, and it does it really well. So let me give you a few specs as I see them. So it's an ELRS radio. So it comes in ELRS 2.4 gigahertz or 915 megahertz, depending on where you live in the world. Now, the gimbals on here and joysticks are Hall sensor. However, mine, the version sent to me, seemed to be the upgraded version. Mine's a very upgraded radio, so I've got the RDC90 version of gimbals, and they're CNC metal. They're super nice. The radio runs on Edge TX. It has a tiny little 1.3-inch OLED screen in the center. Oh, and you might want to hang on to your shorts because for output power on this radio, it actually shoots out at 1,000 milliwatts or 1 watt. That's an awful lot. Most radios don't do that because in this size, they overheat. So it's got this metal cooling system on the back, which is pretty cool, but yeah, you can bounce it up to 1,000 milliwatts if you want. Here's another interesting thing with my radio. Mine has pretty much the antenna off the T Pro stuck on it, and my antenna is movable. You can move it all over the place, do all sorts of things, which makes it just prime. Also, since it is ELRS, you could put a Crossfire module on it if you want to use Crossfire, or you could put a 4-in-1 module. So I have the JP 4-in-1. They sent me that as well, and it's on the back, and I've never seen anything so tiny, so thin, and so perfect. It works like you would not believe. It really does a good job. Now, if you wanted to add the typical nano type device on the back in Crossfire or a 4-in-1 module, then you'd have to get an adapter for this. So Jumper sells the adapter for that as well. Also, there's an XT30 on the rear. You can't see it on mine because I have it all covered up, but that XT30 is an output power, like a 2S output power. So if you do put a module on the back, you can run it off the 2S output power if that's what you need. And like all radios on the market, pretty much, it runs on two 18650 batteries, not included. You have to provide them, so I stuck my own in. It does charge up the batteries as well, and with these little lights down below, I think I have a picture of it as it's charging. That goes from 1 light to 2 lights to 3 lights, 4, 5, until it's up to 6 lights, then it's fully charged. All the switches on here are metal. At least they all look and feel metal to me, which is pretty good. And apparently when I look online to places that are selling this, it does come with a metal handle that's removable, like in the back, a handle, but mine didn't come with a handle because it had all this other stuff on it. Like I said, I think mine's like the upgraded version. So in summary, the radio you see before you right here, the version that was sent to me from Jumper, this radio is ELRS at 1,000 milliwatts as well. It is a 4-in-1 system with this module on the back, so I can connect to like Spectrum, FR Sky, Fly Sky, Tyrannus, I don't know, all sorts of things that are on the market. It's insane. Like, it's pretty much every receiver I could connect to, and that's another reason I call it the mini Cadillac. It's pretty awesome. So the next thing I should show you is close-ups of the radio and what comes in the box. So check this out, then come back to me. This is the box the Jumper T20 comes in. Inside the box, you'll find the Jumper T20, an instruction manual, a lanyard, a USB-C cable, springs for your joysticks, a quality control card. Jumper also sent me their ELRS receiver that you can find on their website. I guess they sent it to me just in case I needed something to connect to. And now let me show you the physical features of the Jumper T20. Looking at the front, you'll find two 3-position switches, one on the upper left, one on the upper right. Next, you'll find the very bright, very sharp OLED display. The 4 trim buttons are small, but functional. In the center, there is a lanyard holder, and the main power on-off button is shown here. Next, we have the very high-quality Hall sensor gimbals. Under the gimbals, you'll find the 2 forward-facing speakers. In the center, you'll find the 2 potentiometer pots. 2 more slider pots can be found below those. On the left-hand side, you have the menu, page, back, telemetry, and system buttons. On the right-hand side, you have the metal scroll wheel and enter button. On the lower half of the radio, you have the 6 on-off buttons. Now, if you assign those buttons to any function, stickers are included that you can place on top of the buttons. Looking at the bottom of the Jumper T20, there are no switches or inputs. Please note that the T20 does come with a removable SMA antenna. However, mine came with this ELRS 2.4 GHz movable antenna. Looking at the top of the T20, you'll find two 2-position switches. Below those, you'll find 2 latch switches. And below those, you'll find 2 scroll wheel pots. And finally on the top is the USB data and charge port, and then you have your trainer port. On the rear, there is a metal cooling system for the ELRS transmitter. I'm pointing to it here. Please note that Jumper also sent me their brand new 4-in-1 module, which I've attached to the rear. On the rear, you'll also find 2 rubber slip-resistant grips. You'll also find an external power supply with an XT30 plug, as well as a data port for external modules of all types. The radio is powered by 2 18650 batteries not included, or your typical 2S battery. The radio feels really good in the hands because with batteries it weighs 574 grams. And now let's check out some unsolicited first impressions. Here we have Jedi Steve,
that's me,
and Jacques, and I'm going to show them the brand new T20 by Jumper.
Nice.
Okay, first thing, what do you think about the feel in your hands?
It feels like quality, to be honest. Like it's got a bit of weight to it. It's very nice gimbals on this. I'm wondering if this is standard, but this is very nice.
And what do you think about all the switches and dials? It looks like they packed in more than you can imagine. Even look on the top portion, you'll see even more. Yeah,
that's what I'm looking at now, that it's trying to look at the what everything does here. But yeah, can I turn it on? Yeah, there we go.
Welcome to HTX.
Ah, HTX, yes.
Good.
Flight mode acro disarmed.
Very nice, okay, the usual screen. Fairly small though, but I guess that's all you need.
Can you see it well outside?
Yeah, it's actually, the contrast is pretty good considering I'm in the sun. It's black and white, but the contrast is still very, very visible. Very nice. Yeah, I'll let Jacques.
For a pincher, yeah, the grip is not as good on a pinch.
So you think it's better for thumbers than pinchers?
I think it would be better for a thumber, yes. But no, I'd use that.
And the weight's good, the size?
The weight is good. It feels right in your hand. The buttons are easy to reach. I haven't figured out where the trims are. Oh, there they are. No, that's not it.
Yeah, the trim. These are the trims.
Okay.
Oh, the little buttons.
Push up and down. Yeah.
Okay, a joystick. Okay.
Oh, okay.
A little different.
And this is what version, Steve? This is the ELRS
T20.
This is ELRS plus the 4-in-1 in the back.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so you have
nice
every conceivable receiver that you would like to use, except for Crossfire.
Okay.
Yep. Nope. That's nice. Have they released the price on it?
It's 120 US, around that, 120 US.
Pretty darn good.
Now I know someone will ask, can you use this radio with flight sims? Well, I tried it out, and yes, it works with flight sims. Watch this. Simply power on your T20.
Welcome to HTX.
Plug one end of a USB cable into your computer and the other end into the top of the T20. The T20 will ask you if you want to use it as an external joystick and select that option. Depending on the flight sim you're using, you may have to calibrate the joysticks in the flight sim, and then you can go fly and have a great old time. Now when I received this radio, the first thing I wanted to do is see how well it works with ELRS. So this is an ELRS drone, and yes, I could bind it to this drone, and I found out by binding it to the drone that the version of ELRS they sent me in my radio, I don't know if all the radios would be like this, I'm only in version 2 point something. I'm not in version 3 inside the radio, which is very strange. So this drone has version 2 point something on it, so I can connect them together very simply. And then the same thing for the 4-in-1 unit. This has XM Plus, FR Sky XM Plus receiver in this, and it binds perfectly. Watch this, I'll show you. So first off, this is ELRS, and on this radio, I just want to show you how loud the speaker is. The speaker is probably the only thing I find that could be louder on this radio. It's not that loud, so I have a mode switch on here.
Flight mode angle, flight mode horizon, flight mode acro.
So it's loud enough for me to hear it if I'm holding it in front of my face, but I'm kind of deaf because I'm getting older, so I like them louder. Let me put on angle mode first.
Flight mode angle.
There we go.
And
see, ELRS.
disarmed.
Works perfectly. And this one over here running on a 6S battery is FR Sky XM Plus, so plug that in. And I can arm it as well. I'm just going to move out of the way so it doesn't go fly to my face.
And
But there you go. So it works. So unfortunately, I do not have the prices for everything or where everything is because it's so new. I do see this on Banggood and AliExpress, but I don't see the version I have with the upgraded gimbals and this antenna and the JP 4-in-1 on the back. I don't see that. If I can find the location for this JP 4-in-1 module on the back, it's brand new, so I don't know where that is. Or if I can find these gimbals, the version with these really high-end gimbals and the version with this really cool antenna up top that you can spin around and everything, then I'll put a link to that below as well. So enough of me talking. Go check out the links below, see if this radio is for you. And as I find the links to everything I've been talking about, they'll all be below as well. You can go check them out. But for now, I say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have questions on this radio and I can answer them, post them below and I'll get back to you. But for now, I say bye.